International Conference on Future of Agriculture and Agriculture for Future Indian Perspective. Honored I am to extend a heartfelt and a pleasant welcome to our distinguished chief guest, Mr. Ashok Dalwai, CEO, National Rainfed Area Authority and Secretary to Government, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. I extend a cordial welcome to our guest of honor, Mr. Saurav Bhagat, Secretary to the Government, Department of Science and Technology and Skill, JKSTIC. I am elated to extend a gracious welcome to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, SKUAST Kashmir, Professor Nazir Ahmed Ganai.
I would like to extend a euphoric welcome to Professor SK. Founder Chairman and Secretary General, Society for Plant Research, Editor-in-Chief Vegetors, Dr. K. Srivastava, Vice President SPR.
This conference in this wonderful city on which the entire nation feels proud as far as its cultural heritage is concerned, its hospitality is concerned, and its overall ambience is concerned. It was par excellence. The Society for Plant Research is in practice of holding at least one international and one national conference in renowned universities throughout the country. And it is an attempt to develop an offline interaction between the scientists and an opportunity to the young scientists to receive guidance from the senior faculty members so that they can design their future, they can identify that on which field they have to enter and what type of research is being carried out throughout the country and throughout the world.
Years before, we were talking about in this university that how should we make Jammu and Kashmir a model bioeconomy state. And when Dr. Ashok Dalwai was writing the vision of that document, and he said it, that that document would be an integrator of that model bioeconomy of the Jammu and Kashmir. And today in Jammu and Kashmir we are in one voice almost. We are in one voice that where should our agriculture go from here. And we said in that document, the first line talks about that we contribute around $4 billion to the economy, and we wrote that first challenge to us that it should double in next 5 years, and by 2047 the contribution of the agriculture to the national economy in Jammu and Kashmir, I mean the state economy, should go from $4 billion to $80 billion. And that is, those are the goal settings which he has helped us to set for us. And not only that, after that we believe that we will be just boosting our production and productivity, and also qualitatively we will be improving our produces. We were also writing one program with IFAD, and IFAD, the government of India, has approved at a cost of 1,600 crore rupees. The first project was about 5,000, now it is 1,600 crore rupees. The IFAD, International Fund for Agricultural Development, our students should also be industry-ready students. And we said that our curriculum should be industry-oriented curriculum, and we have been continuously working on that. One of the secretary was telling to me that now I am the secretary of the skill department. He said that this is the endeavor of the government under his leadership, that he will like to see that our students get the exposure in the industry and they really become those industry-ready graduates. We have not yet realized the potential of agriculture in India. If on today, besides being number one and number two in many of the crops, and our exports are about $50 billion. So that's not the potential we have. Our potential is more than 1 trillion in agriculture in India, because we have not yet actually integrated the technology, because now it has to move with the mechanization, the automation, the precision agriculture. And we have to also build those value chains and the agri-logistics. We have to find the markets overseas. That's what we will be doing together. We will be making India to just realize it is a dream of becoming the third largest. And I believe that we should be contributing no less than 10% of the total GDP. If we want to have a $10 trillion economy, 1 trillion should come from agriculture. This is what I believe is the potential, and we have to work very hard. And जो आपका theme यहाँ पे है, it is telling us that we are going into that direction.
The event which happened just a few days back, where 53 vice chancellors of universities came and a very large number of foreign delegates came, which were conducted by the MEA. And Honorable LG Saab was of huge praises how it was conducted, and they went back with a very good impression. As you know, the government of India is making concerted effort to not only rebrand Kashmir as one of the investment destinations in the country, but also a place which has a lot of potential in terms of trade, industry, agriculture, horticulture, etc. Another event which Ganesh Saab had organized, which is of very significant importance, is the launching of the HADP, where 6,000 crore rupees or more is being put into the agriculture sector as a part of over and above the normal budget of the state, and which we believe strongly as a government that it will bring about a huge change here. Sir, our Chief Secretary and LG Saab is emphasizing on a whole of government approach. So working in silos is not allowed in the state. So we all work for each other in the various departments. So I think Ganesh Saab is a typical example where he's trying to integrate the government, industry, placements and other universities and the give and take which is happening between the various events. And I have seen the myriad of events in the 7 different departments which this university has. I have practically attended one event in every department, whether it is the fisheries, it is veterinary, it is forestry. It's a very good effort being done. Sir, I believe that Indian agriculture is going through a huge crossroad. Next 5 to 7 years, when country will urbanize quickly, we need to remove a lot of population from the rural areas to move to the urban areas. So productivity of agriculture will play a very significant role. Now, Honorable Prime Minister is talking about a 5 trillion economy. We cannot have a 5 trillion economy unless the agriculture sector, unless the pharma sector, unless the biotechnology sector really produces lots of startups and innovations and patents. It is also very, very important that in this sector, we have recently seen a country like Ukraine, which was at almost $30,000 GDP, is now fighting for its survival in terms of supplying the grain to the African countries. Various geopolitical disruptions have told us that a country's social security and economic security is very closely related to food security. Another aspect that we feel, sir, in Kashmir Valley, with such a huge horticultural crop coming out of it, almost 50% goes to waste. So therefore, food technology, cold storage, with the coming of railways and the improvement of national highway, the way we draw out crops from Kashmir Valley and the way the crops from the rest of the country come here, I think that also requires a lot of intervention and there is a lot of potential there. I always exhort to youth that instead of leaving the technology and going into government jobs, they should come to startups. They should create their own startups and employ other people. So I think for every technocrat, I think the first change of mindset that we require to do is that instead of looking for a research job, they should go for creating an industry and a startup. So I think this particular university with its 7 departments well poised at a launch pad. So I believe that whatever support we can give from the government, we are ready to provide.
Thank you.
This the last part, sir, that I wanted to mention was that as a skill development department, to make their degrees relevant and to give them an industry exposure. I am trying to spearhead a scheme where after the completion of their degree, they are sent, like for instance, somebody who is working in agriculture automation can be sent to let's say a factory of a tractor making factory or equipment making factory. They can spend 3 to 4 months there, understand the industry environment so that they can understand their future study needs, and maybe even the university can come up with very specific programs so that they become exactly industry ready and a degree does not remain a degree to be put on a wall, but it becomes a job.
Our respectable chief guest, Mr. Ashok Dalwai, CEO, National Rainfed Area Authority, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Sir, I request you to please come forward and address this august gathering.
And today when I heard to our young IAS officer Saurabh, within a brief discussion that I had before coming into this room, I realized that he's more academic and is committed to new knowledge, and he's a rightful choice for the Department of Science and Technology. So when we see healthy commitment from a young officer, it is indicative of the good things for the state of Jammu Kashmir. So I would like to congratulate the organizers for having chosen an extremely important theme, future of agriculture and agriculture for future, an Indian perspective. And I would also like to congratulate the university for having ranked 4th among all the state agriculture universities of the country. And it has topped as an innovative hub by the Ministry of Education. So the only agriculture university which has got this recognition. So many good things are happening. So you are all part of that positive change that is happening. Now how do we take it forward? We can take it forward provided research and development gets the priority attention. Research and development is a prerequisite to the blossoming of science and technology. Without science, technology and innovation, we cannot have any positive change. Therefore, the agriculture universities and all other universities and centers of research under ICAR, all dedicated to the promotion of agriculture sector of our country, will need to continuously contribute to the evolution of science and technology. Once we understand the new science, step in step with the changing environment, then technology also will get evolved accordingly. Technology is the child of science. We can either have an innocuous, positive child or a naughty child. We want a positive, society-centric technology. And now, going a step forward in the 21st century, innovation is also equally important. Innovation helps us to achieve equitability because technology cannot fit every situation. Innovation is nothing but amending the given technology according to the new circumstances that are available in different parts of the country and make it to produce results. There could be social context, there could be economic context, there could be ecological context. Different contexts exist. So science, technology and innovation must go together hand in hand. Our science and technology has risen to the challenges. Government policies have played a positive role. And more than that, the farmers responded in a very healthy and robust manner. Research and development, science and technology have to focus, emphasize on higher productivity. And India is nowhere near its feasibility. Even today, of the technical potential that the agriculture universities have shared, only 30 to 35% has been harvested. So the future of agriculture has to say, based on new research and development, that we shall sustain the productivity growth on a sustainable basis. The future of agriculture is going to be bioeconomy. That means the entire human civilization will be linked to the fields and the forests, and that we enter into bioeconomy. So your research and development, your science and technology, your understanding, academics, teaching, learning, all must be around bioeconomy. There is no end to the frontiers of science. We need to continuously push that envelope. So you as students of science have a great scope ahead. So you just need to understand the current challenges, the likely future challenges, and how agriculture can be made the basis of our economy and our civilization.